Hey, what's going on, everybody, man? My name is Riley. If it's your first time seeing my face on YouTube, go subscribe to my channel and leave a like on this video. We have a giveaway up for you guys. If you're interested in making some free money, details will be listed later inside the video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And let's go ahead and on with this clip. We're jumping over to Arizona today, where a missing woman for a week turned into a homicide case when her husband admitted to the murder. This is the first time you're hearing about this and watching this story. We're just gonna have to unpack this one together. Prayers go out to her family. Hopefully thankfully he came out and admitted it, so justice can be served, and the family gets a little bit of closure from this. But other than that, let's go ahead and hop right in. Let's go. All right, y'all, if we're gonna roll this clip, make you comfortable, grab something to snack on and something to sip, and let's do this video together.
An Arizona woman vanishes without a trace.
This is obviously a monumental tragedy for Kelly's family and her loved ones.
But within days of being reported missing, the suspect in the crime turns out to be someone very close to her.
It's either he just couldn't live with himself after what he had done, or they came to him and they said, listen, we need to find her body.
On June 30th, Daniel Padachowski reported to police that his wife, Kelly, never returned from her run and swim.
Her husband reported missing too. Classic. Fucking assholes, man.
But according to police, the report was made to throw off investigators.
On the evening of June 30th, around 8 p.m., the defendant in this case and the husband of Kelly, Daniel Padachowski, called the Flagstaff Police Department Communications Center to make them aware of his wife being missing in the area of Lake Mary. And she was supposed to be on a run and swim in the area. This statement was later discovered to be an attempt to misdirect police resources. Kelly's family was able to locate Kelly's vehicle at the Campbell Mesa Trailhead, which is located on the opposite side of town, approximately 3 hours from the original call from Daniel.
Investigators say cell phone data from Kelly Padachowski's
They found her car 3 hours after the initial call of her being missing.
phone placed her in the area of a local trail shortly before 10:30 a.m. on June 30th. And Kelly's husband Daniel was placed in that same area around 11:30 a.m. Flagstaff PD says around 12:13 p.m. Kelly's phone traveled back to their home. Then her car and her husband were seen at the Campbell Mesa trailhead about an hour later at 1:30 p.m., just 6 hours before Kelly was reported missing. After what was initially thought to be a disappearance, a massive police manhunt ensued.
A search and rescue operation immediately commenced, which involved nearly 50 search and rescue members from the Coconino County Sheriff's Office and the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office. This operation included ground searches, mountain bike searches, search dogs, drone technology, and the Department of Public Safety helicopter, all in an attempt to locate Kelly.
Wow.
Approximately 60 registered community members who registered with our search and rescue team to attempt to locate Kelly, and countless other searchers from our community who were out trying to search for Kelly this entire week.
Well, WPO, man, 60 people from the local, 60 locals came in and registered with the search team, and actually was out there helping too. I love hearing about that shit, man. They had the drone, they had the whole 9 yards out there. That's crazy, bro. It's sad,
Police say
too.
within 24 hours of Kelly being reported missing,
just go missing
their
just
missing
like that?
persons
It's
case
wow.
would turn into a homicide investigation after making a discovery at the Padachowski home. As all the pieces would come together, investigators suspected that Daniel Padachowski was responsible for his wife's death.
We asked our community for information about Daniel or Kelly and their vehicles on Sunday, June 30th, and we were able to build this case based on Flagstaff coming together as a community and giving us great information and evidence. Our detectives were able to leverage technology in this case, which matched the multiple witness accounts of Daniel's movements on Sunday, June 30th. Earlier today, and sadly, our detectives learned of Kelly's location, and we also discovered critical items of evidence in this case. We regrettably learned that Kelly had been a victim of homicide by her husband Daniel, which pains each and every member of this organization and community.
The 58-year-old was arrested and charged with second-degree murder. While authorities kept tight-lipped on a motive or what led to the killing, court documents detailed more. According to KPHO-TV, neighbors reportedly heard a scream and saw Kelly lying face down in the couple's yard. As her husband was on top of her. The documents reportedly describe neighbors later seeing Daniel spraying down that same area with a hose, and investigators later found fresh blood at their home, including bloody footprints on the patio, blood by their garage, and noticed Daniel Padachowski had recent injuries on his hands and knees.
Hold up. So the neighbors seen him attacking her in the front yard, and they didn't say nothing till a week after? That's crazy. And he was hosing down that same area? Like, they can't put two and two together? Oh, that's crazy, man. That blows my mind.
Then another surprising twist. Daniel Padachowski would cop to the crime, admitting to the slaying of his wife, then striking a deal with prosecutors by pleading guilty to the murder.
You know, I think he mobilized all this, and then he realized that you know what he was doing was wrong, and he decided to come clean. And that's just, you know, that happens sometimes. I mean, there are criminals with conscience.
During the press conference, Michael Tunick explained Padachowski now will serve more than a decade in prison for the horrific crime.
Earlier today, we reached an agreement in which the defendant, Daniel Padachowski, pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, tampering with physical evidence, concealment of a dead body, and possession of dangerous drugs.
4 charges.
This agreement requires the defendant to serve a 16-year term in the Arizona Department of Corrections, which is the presumptive sentence for second-degree murder under Arizona law. Defendant must serve every day of this sentence and is not eligible for early release of any kind.
Well, you know, these things happen. I mean, sometimes the people's remorse after they do something like this is so great that they just want to get it off their chest, and they want to tell them where the body is and where to find everything. And you know, it's kind of unclear if he had a lawyer when he was going through this process. Now, they did negotiate out a plea to second-degree murder with 16 years,
That's what I thought.
which is what's called the presumptive in Arizona. So, I mean, and maybe they had a first-degree murder case, and maybe this was a good deal for him.
Arizona-based criminal defense attorney Dwayne Cates explains there could have been different reasons Padachowski pleaded guilty and confessed to the murder.
Yeah, it's one of two things. It's either he just couldn't live with himself after what he had done, or they came to him and they said, you know, listen, we need to find her body. We need to have, you know, your kids need to have closure. You know, the families need to have closure. You know, help us do that. And in exchange for doing that, we will cut you a decent plea deal. And that happens quite a bit in homicide cases, you know, more than you would think.
Under Padachowski's plea agreement, he had to provide authorities with information about where his wife's remains were located, as well as provide details about other evidence, including her cell phone, car keys, and weapon allegedly used to kill her.
Defendant further agreed to an interview, which was completed this afternoon. In that interview, he answered all questions posed about the sequence of events
They
and
better
about
found
his
her then.
actions on June 30th, 2024. This agreement is the culmination of many hours of work between Coconino County Search and Rescue, Flagstaff Police Department, and the Coconino County Attorney's Office. We appreciate the thorough and really exemplary investigation done by the Flagstaff Police Department and the Coconino County Sheriff's Office, who also assisted with us. And that investigation really made this resolution possible. This is obviously a monumental tragedy for Kelly's family and her loved ones. We've been in close communication with Kelly's family throughout this process about this resolution, which we pursued to bring finality in a situation that has weighed heavily on this community.
Well, as far as the time goes, Arizona always has a range, okay? And the range for second-degree murder is 10 to 25. And there's a thing called the presumptive in Arizona. So when a judge looks at a case on sentencing, they're supposed to start at the presumptive and look at aggravating factors and mitigating factors and see whether they go up or down. Now, in the plea bargaining process, you know, you can stipulate to a certain number of years. Now, a judge could, at sentencing, look at this and say, I'm not going with this. I don't like this plea. I'm going to throw it out. And if they did that, the case would start over again. But usually the presumptive's the starting spot. And it's what they agreed to.
Cates explains despite the wide-scale search for Kelly Padachowski, it's possible she wouldn't have been found for a while if her husband didn't confess.
When he reported her missing, and they were out looking for a live person. So they mobilize everything they possibly can to try to go find somebody. And that's what they were doing there. Okay, they weren't out looking for the killer. Okay, they were out because they didn't know there was a killer. They didn't know if she slipped and fell or got attacked by a mountain lion. They don't know what happened to her. So they're out trying to find her, and the friends and family and search parties, and that's not unusual for that to happen. Arizona's full of wild animals, so if had he not, coyotes or bears or anything could have come up across the body, and she may never have been found. Okay, I mean that happens in the woods. I mean,
Yeah, that's
there's
crazy.
there's some pretty thick forest around Flagstaff, and like I said, we don't know for sure. I saw mentions of several hiking trails. Okay, so I'm assuming that there was one there. This probably would have taken several months to resolve. I mean, before they charge somebody with murder, they generally want to find a body, because prosecuting a murder case with no body is difficult.
At this time, Kelly Patachowski's exact cause of death remains unclear. Daniel Patachowski, who pleaded guilty to charges including second-degree murder, tampering with evidence, and concealment of a body, is scheduled to be sentenced to 16 years without parole on September 10th. Reporting for Law and Crime,
What's he doing
I'm
now?
Elizabeth Milner.
What's he doing now? He's out, or is he just serving his time in jail? Oh, that's weird. But sad case. They definitely give this man the rest of his life in prison. That's crazy. If you only get 16 years for doing something like this, nah, man, that ain't right. That just ain't right. What are y'all comments down below? I'm gonna go ahead and answer to every single comment down below. So go ahead and drop your thoughts, and I'll be there to drop my 2 cents on that as well. So other than that, let's go ahead and roll this outro. Let's go. All right, y'all, we're gonna wrap this one up. If you enjoy this type of content, I'm gonna go and link a playlist right in the video. It's gonna have all the reactions on there for y'all to check out. We also have that giveaway I was talking about in the start of the video. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, we're giving away a couple $50 gift cards. So if you're interested in making some free money, all you gotta do is go down bottom of this video, smash the subscribe button, like this video, share it for extra points, and you're automatically entered. Other than that, we drop a video here every single day, all of 2024. So come back tomorrow and check my content out. We've also been live streaming about 5 to 6 days a week. So go ahead and hit my bell so you're not missing when I go live. Come tap in and say what's up. Other than that, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.